Here's a look at my 2024 Hobonichi Cousin and my bullet journal. In this video, I will show you my favorite spreads in each to give you ideas for your planner or your bullet journal. I will first give you a quick rundown about how I use my Hobonichi Cousin as a functional planner and what I use my bullet journal for, and everything will be time-stamped for you. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Seppi. I share with you the tools and strategies you need to help you discover what you truly want in life and to be able to make sustainable change through small, simple steps that feel manageable and aligned with who you are. And the tools that I use every single day to help me do just that has been my journals and planners, which is why I love sharing these videos with you. And I'm so happy that you're here. So let's just jump right in. So here's how I use my Hobonichi Cousin. It is mainly a functional planner to stay organized while adding in a little bit of creativity to have a little bit of fun, of course. I use it to track my habits and stay on top of cultivating the habits for better health, mental, physical, emotional health. I use it for my monthly overview for appointments, birthdays, trips, anything that is relevant to my schedule. That way I can adapt my weekly schedule and stay organized as well. Then I use my daily pages to organize my day, map out the day, have a clear list of things I need to get done during the day for my life, for my business. I have a full-time job and a business, so things get a little bit busy, and I like to have the space to be able to do life admin pages, to do brain dumps, to get organized, to just organize my brain. This is an extension of my brain and how I A, alleviate anxiety, B, stay organized, C, put things that are cluttering my brain onto paper. My planner is the tool that I use to stay organized and productive, while also trying to be mindful and intentional with how I spend my time and energy. As you can see here, I have, yes, my to-do list for life, my to-do list for my business, but also some reminders of some self-care habits to show myself some self-love. And throughout the day, I like to compartmentalize, organize the day in a way that feels a little less overwhelming. This is a system that I nailed down after using my Hobonichi Cousin for about 1.5 years, and I loved it ever since. I do have separate videos detailing how I use my Hobonichi Cousin as a functional system if you want to watch that. My bullet journal has changed a lot in the last 8 years. Initially, I was using it as everything, daily journal, as a planner, as monthly goals, weekly goals, etc. However, now I mainly use it as a creative journal, but also as the tool that I use for my goals. So I use it for my vision board and my mood boards that I do sometimes. I use it for monthly goals that I set at the beginning of the month to focus my attention on what I want, how I want the month to go. I'll show you more of that. I use it to track some fun goals like coffee shops that I go to. I make creative threads like this one. I also use it for some reflection on topics that are important to me, but I don't necessarily want to do it in a written form in my daily journal. I just want to do something creative with it. So it's very much a blend of different things, and I've been loving how it's evolved with time with my needs. These tabs are all the little tabs that I went through to pinpoint the spreads that I wanted to show you. So we'll go through that afterwards. So in 2025, I will mostly be using my bullet journal for the same purpose, but I will be preparing less pages from the get-go, and I will add less things to track. So last winter, before the new year, I sat down and prepared about 20 pages, I would say, of things that I wanted to incorporate in my bullet journal. I will be doing less this year because I felt as though it was just too many things for me to track and to do and to update, and it just became a little bit redundant at the same time. So I'm going to be paring down a little bit how much I'm putting in here. However, I will be adding a few things, so we'll talk about that afterwards. And I will be sharing my full 2025 journal and planner lineup once I receive my order for my new bullet journal and my daily journal from Leuchtturm. So make sure to subscribe if you want to watch that video that's going to be coming in the near future once I receive all of my journals. So let's move on and talk about my favorite spread. So the reason I wanted to do this video is instead of doing a full flip through of every single page of my journal, of my planner and my bullet journal, I thought, like, as you can see, there are a lot of pages I want to show you. I thought that it would be better to just focus on the top spreads, the favorites that I've have. For the planner, it'll give you ideas on how to use your planner, whether it's a Hobonichi Cousin or not, and also give you ideas on how to decorate, etc., without making it too overwhelming. So if you're not interested in the Hobonichi Cousin, you can move on to the timestamp for the bullet journal, but we will be going through my top spreads for both of them, and it's just a bit of a casual video. I'm just going to share with you the things that I like, the different spreads, etc. So for my Hobonichi Cousin, I loved, this is one of the spreads that I loved, but also what I enjoyed about it is creating a matching spread in the weekly pages. As you can see here, there's these green matching washi tape that I really enjoy using together. It actually came in a set that I got at Michael's a long time ago, so they kind of match, which is really cute. As you can see, the pink of the flowers here match the pink of here, so they go really well together. So sometimes it's nice to just have like a set, that way you can just use it all together. So matching it with kind of the green and gray highlighters that I use from my Miteliner Zebra Myliner set, it just created a really beautiful spread. So as you can see, it kind of matches, and I really liked being able to match the monthly spread to the weekly spread, and in the end I ended up doing the same thing for the daily spread. By the middle of the year, at the beginning I was doing something different, but it just removes a little bit of the thought process behind it. So adding some layers of tape together, adding a few little stickers, then adding in some highlighter and some color in green really just pulls everything together and makes it just look like a really beautifully simple but beautiful aesthetic spread, which I really enjoy. And then the same thing for my weekly spread. I always stick to the same formula. I talk more about it in different videos when I talk about how I use my Hobonichi Cousin, but as you can see here, I have my to-do list, some extra space here where I put either miscellaneous tasks or meal ideas for myself for the week. I put in anything that I think I want to get done that day. I write it down here, so when I'm doing my daily planning, I can refer back to this and remember, oh yeah, today's a good day to do my filming, for example. And I use some markers to just add in some appointments and whatever else is coming up, and adding in a little bit of stickers. So it's very simple, but it's very functional, and adding in the little touch of washi tape and the markers just adds a nice little beautiful touch. And it was March, so it was springtime, so I really enjoyed these spreads. I do have a video where I share with you 10 simple ways you can create a beautiful aesthetic planner in a simple way, or incorporating creativity in your journal. So sharing some ideas with you and how to make it look aesthetic. So I have a separate video if you want to watch that as well. So I really enjoy how these spreads look. To be honest, I like this one as well, because this I bought together. Anyway, there's so many spreads that I can show you, but I'm trying to stay limited. Then moving on to November, I also enjoyed this spread. I like the color of the deep blue matched with this gold foil. This was my birthday month. As you can see, it's the same layout: to-do list, miscellaneous, my appointments throughout the week, nothing too crazy, very simple, very straightforward. I find that balancing out the washi tape and some of the additions of things you add on the page really helps balance out the page and make it look a little bit more cohesive. So as you can see here, I have something at the top here, so I would have generally added something here to balance it out, or I put it here. If I had put it here, then I would have put it something here. So kind of balancing out the page kind of makes an invisible frame on your page. So that's a little tip for you if you want to improve your decoration skills. These are the little details that make a little bit of a difference. So that is the November spread, which was very simple, but I really enjoyed it a lot. This has to be hands down my favorite spreads of this year. So this washi tape, my friend over at Notably Emily gave to me. She gave me a little swap of it. Love it so much. And she also gave me this zebra multicolored pen that I am obsessed with. So as you can see here, the color changes. It goes from pink, orange to blue, purple, and back. And it just adds such a cool, I don't know, this is like my favorite page, because then it matches perfectly with this sticker, and I am obsessed with it. So if I had this washi tape, I would repurchase it. She gave me a little sample of what she had, and I really loved it a lot. So I love how this page turned out. And then I tied it in together with the purple matching a little bit with the purple here, and then the pink matching in with the pink of the pen. So I love how that turned out. I was trying to be a little bit more mindful, not using up the washi tape as quickly because I didn't have a lot of it, just to give you an idea of how much I actually loved it. But I really love how that turned out. This is a bit of a continuation of the same idea. The only difference is I used purple highlighter instead, which I think looks really cute. It's just a little bit of a softer look than the pink. And at the same time, I added these little stickers that kind of tie in together with the purple of the washi tape, which was really fun. This is what the stickers look like. It's like a roll, but then you just take off the tab for one of them and then you add it around. So I thought that was really cute and I love how it turned out. So that's a continuation of the same concept of the first one that I showed you. Then we have this page. So one thing that I wanted to show you is that you can have, so in my humble opinion, I like how this page looks. Even though there's nothing crazy, I wanted to show you how simplicity can still look beautiful and how you don't have to spend a lot of time to make your pages look nice. So in reality, I'm only using marker, like a highlighter, and colored pens, and yes, the little post-it here as well. Otherwise, there's nothing elaborate about this page. It's really about making a page look cohesive and cute with small details like adding color and adding little details like the lettering for the weekly recap here and the little hearts that I put here for each of the things that I enjoyed doing that week. So wanted to show you how a simple spread can, in my opinion, look really cute. If I added a little bit of washi tape, it would elevate it just a little bit more, but it still looks really nice. And that was simply adding color and using different colored pens. I also really like the Muji pens. They're gel color, so they're gel, and I really like how they write specifically in the Hobonichi Cousin, especially the 0.5 size. The gray one is my favorite gel pen in like ever because I just like how the gray looks. It's not as intense as black, and this magenta as well is my favorite one in terms of a color. So I do recommend these. I really like them a lot, especially when it comes to the Hobonichi Cousin, the Tombow River paper and the Hobonichi Cousin. They work really well together. The next page we have is, this one. So this was in September when I got even more into trying to use up some of my stationery, and I was using a lot of my washi tape. So I was adding washi tape on most pages, and I wrote down a recipe, and I just really like how this looks. Again, it's not that complex. There's just washi tape here. I use a purple pen here to write the title, and I use a mix of calligraphy and just block lettering. I put down the ingredients and the instructions, and that's it. To me, it's simple, but it's really nice. And I like being able to just take a couple of minutes, do a little bit of creativity, enjoy it. And it doesn't have to be this whole thing of me making a creative spread like I do in my bullet journal. And a little goes a long way. This is another October, really. Oh, this is still September. I'm so sorry. So as you can see, I'm still using the same washi tape, adding in a few little stickers here from the Coffee Monsters Co. and just adding a little bit of a fun little touch. I really like these kind of washi tapes because they add a little bit of a more of a neutral base that you can add on something a little bit more complex. So I really like the combination of the colors between the brown of the Miteliner highlighter, the brown of the washi tape. Very simple, very straightforward, but I really like how it turned out. And to be honest, I like that the page is like full, but it's not too full. There's still a little bit of white space, but I really like that a lot. It just feels very satisfying to fill up a page. I've loved this year adding in a weekly recap page. Saturdays and Sundays, I end up not doing much planning because my day is a little bit more free versus during the week where it's a little bit more scheduled because of my 9-to-5 job and then making sure in the evening I have time. So on the Saturday, Sunday pages, I have a weekly recap, which I love. And again, very simple, using block letters and then just this lettering here and then creating little hearts and combining a marker and then a colored pen and just writing out a few things. Very simple, but very cute. And then that weekend I was going away to the cottage. I had my packing list and I wanted to, bake a few little things for the cottage weekend. So just writing that out. This is also a fun reminder to look back and be like, oh yeah, I did go to the cottage that weekend. And it just reminds me that I did that as well. So I really enjoy that a lot. October, I loved it a lot because I loved the Miteliner color and specifically I loved the Coffee Monster's Ghost sticker washi tape that I have that I feel like I can only use in October. All this kind of fall theme, I just feel like it fits best in October. So overall, really loved most of the spreads in October, to be honest with you, mainly because of the washi tape, and I feel like it worked perfectly well with the matte liner highlighter that I have. And this is again the weekend pages that I told you about. So the reason I like these, as you can see, again, there's not much going on in terms of adding things, but I really love adding little dots and little hearts or little stars just to amplify the title. So it's very simple, but it's a really cute little way to just add a little decoration. I'm not very good at drawing. I wish I was, but I'm not. So that's my little way to draw in pages. So I really love how that turned out. So overall, like I said, October, really loved how most of these pages turned out. Then, so I just showed you some of them, but there's this one as well where I used the Halloween themed stickers from the Coffee Monster Scope, which is so cute. And then I also did another recap. I tried changing a little bit of the lettering, the way that I was doing it, and changing the placement of the washi tape. And it's nice to give myself the space to do things a little bit differently, but have a little bit of creativity that I can do and have fun every single day. I really enjoy that a lot. Some days it doesn't work as much. Like I don't like how this turned out. You might like it, but I don't. That's why I didn't want to show you, but I'm showing you anyway, or how this turned out. But it's fine. This is the fun part about creativity. You get inspired, you try something and it doesn't work, and that's okay. So overall, loved how most pages in October turned out. And then moving on to November, my birthday month, I showed you the sticker again and the washi tape that I used in the other spread. And this page is the one I wanted to show you specifically. I don't know what it is about this page. I just really like how it turned out. I think the deep colors balancing out with the light gray and the light blue color, and then using like a little bit of a separate section to kind of organize my brain of what I wanted to get done that weekend was really just, this is like the epitome for me of functional meets creativity. And I also like I said at the beginning, I try to be really intentional with how I use the tools that I have on hand. So for example, making a small switch of, instead of writing to do and self-care and business, I wrote being. So for my habits, I wrote being. So how I want to be versus a checklist of things I want to get done. Creating, so my business is something that I enjoy doing, it's my passion, so what I want to create. And then doing, so that, I mean, is a bit inevitable, but things I need to be doing. So these small little shifts, I feel like help, even though they might seem subtle. I think that it does make a difference. So I think I feel proud of like being a lot more intentional with, you know, when I'm filling out my to-do list and trying to not fill it up as much. So those are my top favorite pages from this year. Let me know if you want more details on the Hobonichi Cousin, but I did film a walkthrough of how I'm going to be using my 2025 Hobonichi Cousin, which is similar to this, but it's a more detailed walkthrough. If you want to watch that, you can watch that video next. Moving on to my bullet journal. I have not finished it yet, and I'm itching to make use of the last pages because every year I end up leaving a little bit of my bullet journal. I really want to fill it up. But anyway, the fun thing is, as I was going through my bullet journal, I actually have a lot of pages that I really loved. So I'm excited to show you because I put a lot more creativity into my bullet journal this year, and I really love it a lot. So the first things first is creating kind of a creative page at the front that matches the cover of the journal. I did the same thing in my daily journal. This is a B6, and I really enjoy how it turned out, and just like it's a nice little touch as well. So to match the purple lavender color of the journal, I put this little guy. So I really enjoy that a lot, and I am waiting to get my B6, my new B6 and my new A5 for next year. It's in the mail. It is on its way. If you want any of the Leuchtturm products, you can use code HAPPY20 and get 20% off from Leuchtturm1917 Canada at checkout if you're interested. This is the A5 medium lined bullet journal, and I've really enjoyed it a lot. The paper is beautiful. It's been wonderful. So the first page that I loved is this one. So I took a lot of time making this page, and I love how it turned out, but I don't know if I do it again because it took that long. As you can see here, every single item, it's basically flowers. I didn't write out 2024, I just did flowers. I love how it turned out, but it took me so long. Don't think I'd redo it again, but I love how it turned out, and I love that I challenged myself in doing something a little different than what I usually do. Then I have my vision board for this year, which I need to reflect on the year. I just haven't had time yet, but I love how it turned out. Vision boarding is something that I really enjoy doing, whether it's physical or on my phone. As you can see here, I have the wallpaper on my phone is a vision board as well. But anyway, I love how this turned out. I used pictures from Pinterest. I added some words of affirmation, things that I wanted to create this year. So it's going to be interesting looking back at the vision board and the intention I set to see how the year went. So we'll see how that goes. I also have digital vision board templates on my Etsy shop if you're interested. Actually, if you want to do a digital vision board for your phone or for your computer or your tablet, I have templates if you're interested. So in terms of manifestation, which vision board aligns with that, I wanted to be more intentional and incorporating more manifestation tools and practices into my daily life. So that's why I created these spreads when it comes to manifestation, reminding myself of the tools that I have, some journal prompts to realign myself with my ideal self, doing more reflection on my higher self, my shadow self, to just reflect on what's holding me back from achieving my goals, my rules of reality. So the rules that I want to be true, instead of I never have enough time, for example. That's something you might tell yourself, which is something I tell myself. A rule of reality is I always have time to do the things that matter to me. So that's like a rule of what your reality is. And then wanting to write down some of the manifestation synchronicities that I experienced this year. I want to write them down to like remind myself that I am a master manifester and I can manifest anything that I want. So I love how these pages turned out because they're all kind of the same theme, the same color. I used a brown fountain pen, which I love how it looks. I absolutely love these pages. However, I didn't end up really using them. As you can see here, I really forced myself to write something. I love how this page looks, but in the end, I didn't really use them that much. I don't think I would be redoing these. Even like synchronicities and the manifestations, I end up writing in my daily journal. So it just feels redundant to come back into my bullet journal to write it out. But I do love how it turned out. And then we have the fun goals that I set for myself during the year to make sure I am incorporating fun and joy. So making sure I have time to read. My goal was to read like 40 books. Didn't do so well this year. And this became redundant because I had my traveler's notebook with a book review insert in there. So that was just redundant. And I have a Goodreads as well. So it just like became too much. And then at the same time, I also have a spread for all the coffee shops I went to this month, which is really, really fun because I did a lot of them, as you can see. So that feels really exciting. I think that moving forward, if you watch my 2024 system or recap, then you'll know that I'm archiving my travels notebook. So the book review insert and the coffee shop insert is going to be archived. So next year, I will still have these two lists that I want to track, and I'll be creating more spreads in the rest of the bullet journal to keep track of the different books that I read in the coffee shops that I go to. Still love how these pages turned out that I wanted to show you. Then we have the monthly spread for January. Love how beautiful this turned out. I set my intentions for the month. I set the goal for the month. Then I did a little vision board for how I wanted this month to go and what the priorities are. Then I wanted to focus a little bit more on my accomplishments, things that went well during the month, and I started writing them down here as well. So that was cute. And then writing down the good memories. So this is kind of like a scrapbooking version of my bullet journal, but I use my Canon IV2 printer, print out these cute little pictures, and I put it in my journal, and I really love having the visual reminder of the different memories. So that's been a really fun addition. If you watch my favorite stationery from this year, this was my favorite purchase of the year. Absolutely love it. So this is one of the spreads of my good memories that I really love how it turned out. Then we have another page where I was reflecting on, I've been getting into human design and learning about my human design, which is super interesting. And I was trying to reflect and add some elements of reflection when it comes to that aspect. So I combined doing a creative spread and writing down some notes on what I was learning about it. I just really like how this page turned out, and this little, incorporating this little element. Adding the fountain pen ink also I think makes a big difference. So adding some color, whether you use a fountain pen or a regular pen, I think adds a really nice touch to any page that you're doing. Love how this page turned out. I don't know why I'm like obsessed with it. I think it's firstly the color of the ink, but also like drawing this out and adding these. I think I just did a really good job at like theming out this page. So I love how this turned out. And this was my the monthly spread for February, obviously, and setting intention, theme for the month, etc. I love how this turned out. It's so beautiful to look at. It's such a beautiful color. I think it's called Malibu. It's from Ferris Wheel Press. It's a really beautiful color. Then we're moving into the good memories. Again, I use the same theme, and it just makes it really look really cohesive, and keeping some FMS from a show that I went to. It's just, even now looking at this, it's fun. It's fun to look at the good memories. Then I made a creative spread. So when I've been seeing like poems or quotes that I really like, I keep them. I save them on my Instagram, and then when the time comes and I want to make a creative spread, I write down the quote, and then I do a creative spread of what feels inspiring, what it inspired me, the visual it kind of gave me. So I really have been enjoying doing that a lot. This was Valentine's Day. I wanted to keep the little note that I got with my bouquet that I got, which is very sweet, and I wanted to incorporate some doodling as well. So this is really cute. Again, another quote that I wanted to write, and then making a creative spread and then writing out the quote that really inspired me. I really like how this turned out as well. Then we're moving on to March. I love how this page turned out, but I don't like how empty this page is. So that's why I don't want to show it to you. But as you can see, it's along the same theme as the good memories. I combined purple and green, putting out the pictures of the good memories and the things that happened that month. This I was very proud of. This is a video I made earlier this year. It's guiding you through how to pick your planner and walking you through the logical steps to figure out what are your needs and what's the right planner for you. I'm really good at breaking down things and into logical sequence of questions and thoughts, and that's a video that I'm very proud of. And I really like how the page turned out, because I thought about it through to make sure I can do like a visual representation of my thoughts and my thought process, and then I filled out the page as I was filming the video. So I really love how this turned out. I love how the title turned out. So love how this page looks, and I feel really proud of that video as well. Another creative page, love it. This ink is absolutely beautiful. It looks like the ocean. So that's pretty. This is my favorite spread, I think, overall. This is a monthly spread for April. A lot of purple. This is just like a fake tarot card. Use these, and it's like iridescent. It's just, I love how this page looks, and the purple is so beautiful. And then I have my good memories as per usual. Then we're moving on to my June goals, which I love because it's so simple and it's so cute. I just combined 2 different colors of pink, and then I also just put little hearts all over the page. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. It's one thing that I really hope you get out of my channel and my videos is that you can do something elaborate if you want to, if you enjoy it, but you can also make a beautiful spread by keeping it simple, and it doesn't have to be complicated. And as you can see here, even in terms of the memories, I put little hearts all over, and then I stuck the pictures and everything else. So it's kind of tying in the whole theme of that month. So love how that turned out. Another creative spread with just a simple quote, a lot more blank space, which I kind of like. It's putting everything at the middle just gives a different look than filling up the whole page. So I love how that looks. I hope this is helpful when you're getting ideas, and I'm trying to like pause long enough so you can pause it and maybe take a screenshot if you want to replicate some of these pages. This was me trying to push myself and adding different layers and different textures into my page and not planning it out too much, and I think it turned out really nicely. Even added some of these star decorations and writing down a quote of something that I came up with myself. Love how that turned out. I decided to make a mood board for the fall. Not necessary, but I still love how it turned out. I went on Pinterest and put out and saved a lot of aesthetic fall picturesque pictures and I added it just for fun. I really like how it turned out. The next page is this one. So this one, I saw it somewhere and I wanted to mimic it. And although I haven't filled it out fully, I still love how it looks. I wanted to reflect quickly on things that I want to learn and then the evidence that I am growing and I'm doing so much better in general. So I left a little bit of space to enter information and proof. Clearly I haven't filled it out, but that's not a big deal. I still love how this turned out. It's so simple, but just really, really looks cute. Good memories page from another month. Love how it looked. Adding in some doodles, just using some different fountain pen color really makes a huge difference. Then my October good memories. I feel like I wanted to add something here. It looks a little empty if I'm honest, so maybe I'll add some more stickers or something here. But I really like trying to do something different. I wanted to use this paper that I got. It was a wrapping paper from a gift shop that I went to in Albuquerque. It just looks so beautiful, so I kept it and I wanted to use it. Love how it looks. It's so cute, obviously. How many times have I said cute in this video? Anyone keeping count? I made a spread on just like one afternoon that I went out and got a cookie, walked around, enjoyed the fall weather, and it was just like a perfect day. So I just wanted to create a page for it. And this is like, I went to the cookie shop I've been wanting to go to, kept the what's it called, the package from the cookie itself, and I just love how this looks. It's very fun to like commemorate and think back to just like the simple joys of life, and you know, reminding myself that yeah, I'm living a really beautiful life considering all the stuff that I went through in the past. So created a spread from a memory from going to the cottage with my cousins, and then more good memories reaching 333 subscribers on YouTube. Love how that looks. I think there's a few pictures that are missing that I'll have to potentially add. Don't love how these pages turn out, so we're not showing you that. This was my November intention setting. So November was my birthday month. I wanted to make sure I was super intentional with how I was spending the month and just recentering myself, because I feel like around my birthday is a good time to really reflect, dive in, see how the last year has gone, and then setting intention for the next year of my life. Love how this turned out, and I did like kind of like a mini vision board of what I want to create in the next year of my life. I absolutely love that. So this is also a reminder, you don't have to wait for the new year or anything specific to set new goals or create a vision board. You can literally create a new vision board or new goals at any moment in time. The new year is just an opportunity to kind of channel that new energy to do that, but you don't need to wait for it. So this is me creating a new vision board in November. See, no biggie. These are the good memories from the month, which I love how it turned out. A lot of beautiful memories were made. And then I made a specific spread for just my birthday because it was very eventful, and I did a lot. So I really wanted to commemorate, you know, spending time with my girlfriends, them getting me a gift, and just like all the things that I did for my birthday to remind myself that I am living the life that I've always dreamt of, and to just focus on the good things, keeping track of, you know, my friend sending me a video with her 2 kids. They're like my niece and nephew. I absolutely adore them. So just like keeping all the memories to remind myself that I'm loved, keeping a card that my friends gave to me in a cute little way, and keeping it all pink themed, of course. So I just love keeping all of these as memories. So we're in December now, so I still have quite a bit to fill out. So wish me luck. I do love how December turned out. Actually, if you can see all the little doodles that I did a little gift, little snowflake, a little snowman, a mini tree, and a little bubble. I love how that looks. So I'm gonna have to fill out my good memories here as well and make sure that I'm filling up my bullet journal. If you want to see my full planning process, then watch this playlist where I show you my monthly, weekly, daily planning process. And in my next few videos, I'm doing a 4-part goal setting series where I walk you through how to set goals in an intentional and meaningful way that doesn't feel overwhelming. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any suggestions of spreads I should be adding to my Hobonichi Cousin or my bullet journal. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you a lot of love. Bye for now.